So Minecraft golems are pretty cool. Iron golems are super iconic, snow golems are fun snowmen, copper and tough golems are community favorites, and then there's these guys. Yeah, so there are 30 golems across the entire Minecraft universe, and only 2 of them are in vanilla Minecraft. Some of these are definitely more well known than others, so today I thought it would be cool to talk about every golem in the Minecraft franchise. But first, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers, so every little bit counts. Anyways, let's get into the video. Let's start with the Minecraft base game. By far the most well-known golem in all of Minecraft is the Iron Golem. This guy can spawn in villages, or be crafted with 4 iron blocks and a carved pumpkin. He drops 3 to 5 iron and 0 to 2 poppies. They attack hostile mobs and defend villages, so you better watch out if you attack them or a villager nearby. When it does take damage, you can repair it with an iron ingot. This golem will occasionally offer poppies to villagers. Let's be honest, you don't need me to explain this guy, he's that legendary. The other one, the snow golem, is a little less known but still popular. It's crafted with 2 snow blocks and a carved pumpkin. This guy shoots snowballs at enemies, which isn't too useful by itself, but it can actually be used in a lot of farms as bait for enemies. If you use shears on the golem, it removes the pumpkin and reveals a fun face underneath. This was a great way to include snowmen in Minecraft. With the simple guys out of the way, now we can move on to the golems you clicked on this video to see. Let's start with the mob vote golems. The copper golem would randomly press buttons. It also had a lightning rod on its head that would function, and not just be a visual thing. After a while, the copper golem would oxidize, causing it to be less mobile. When it is fully oxidized, it becomes a statue. But you can use an axe to scrape away the oxidation, and can wax the golem to keep it from fully oxidizing. Most of this information was not in the mob's trailer and instead comes from the developer tweets and Discord messages. So thank you to the Minecraft wiki for recording these messages, and a lot of the other information in this video. The other mob vote golem is the tough golem. We don't have a lot of information about this one, besides what we saw in its trailer. This mob would be created using a pumpkin, a tough block, and a block of wool. They would hold items on display for you and would occasionally wander around. Not much more to say about this guy. But we're not done with the golems from base Minecraft yet. In the April Fool's Love and Hugs update, we got the Love Golem, which is just an iron golem but with a new texture, and it's completely passive. And finally, we have the Agent. I know this guy doesn't have Golem in his name, but come on, look at him. Tell me this guy isn't a golem. This mob is exclusive to Minecraft Education Edition, and works as a way to teach coding. You can interact with it and program it with its own commands to do things like break blocks, place blocks, and interact with things like doors and levers. It's invincible and can only be summoned using commands. Honestly, having a dumbed down version of this would be awesome in vanilla Minecraft. And that completes all of the Minecraft golems. Let's move on to the next game, Minecraft Earth. There are only 2 golems in this game. The melon golem looks a lot like a snow golem. The only difference is that it has a carved melon on its head instead of a pumpkin. There are actually a few differences between this and the snow golem. Instead of snowballs, they shoot melon seeds in bursts of 4 shots. When they shoot these seeds, their face texture changes. Instead of just gliding on the ground, they hop forward. The other golem, the furnace golem, looks like a retextured iron golem, but once again it has a couple of differences. This golem has the ability to light mobs on fire when it's attacking them. Its face and chest glow when it's targeted a mob. Instead of offering flowers, this golem offers torches. It drops iron nuggets and coal. Okay, the next game on the list is Minecraft Dungeons, my personal favorite Minecraft spin-off. There are a lot of golems that were in this game. Let's start with the Iron Golem. In Minecraft Dungeons, the Iron Golem can be summoned using the Golem Kit artifact. It attacks hostile mobs with 2 different attacks, an arm swing and a ground pound. They also take half damage from all attacks. Side note, while I researched this, I found out that there is literally no reason to ever use a wolf in dungeons. They have 50 less health than an iron golem, and since they take half damage, it's effectively 300 less health. Also, iron golems do 10 less damage than a wolf on weak hits and 30 more on strong hits. So you are trading 10 damage sometimes for 300 health and 30 less damage other times. So there's no reason to ever use a dog except that he's the goodest boy. Who's the goodest boy? Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. One of the first Dungeons original golems you're going to encounter is the Redstone Golem. This is a mini-boss that you first fight in the level Redstone Mines, but after beating it, it appears in a ton of other levels. It attacks using a variety of slams and swings similar to the Iron Golem. It will occasionally pause and summon mines all over the stage. You need to be careful to avoid these, but it doesn't move while doing this, so it's a great time to attack. Another one of the first golems you will see is the Key Golem. These come in 2 variants, Gold and Diamond. These golems are used to unlock doors. You can pick these golems up by attacking them, and once you do, new hostile mobs will spawn and try to stop you. If a mob hits you, the golem will be knocked off of your back. They will begin to walk back to the place you got them from. The redstone monstrosity is the face of Minecraft Dungeons. It's seen all over the game and is used in all of the promotional content. It is the boss of the level Fiery Forge. Its attacks include a slam attack, a lava spit attack, and a summoning attack, where it summons redstone cubes that roll towards you and do damage on contact. This mob has a couple of variations too. The first is the mushroom monstrosity. This is the boss of the secret level. I'm not sure how to say this. It's just 3 question marks. Anyways, the mushroom monstrosity behaves almost exactly the same as the redstone monstrosity. The only differences are that instead of summoning redstone cubes, it summons mushrooms, and instead of spitting lava, it shoots out rows of explosive mushroom missiles. In the Minecraft Dungeons arcade game, there's a boss called the Obsidian monstrosity. There is actually a ruined version of this in the level Obsidian Pinnacle. It uses a variety of slam attacks, a mine summoning attack that is similar to the redstone golems, and a spit attack that is similar to the original redstone monstrosities. Moving on from the monstrosities, we have the minstrosities. These are cosmetic pets you can unlock through the Luminous Night season. There's the stone minstrosity, the redstone minstrosity, and the glowing minstrosity. These are some of my favorite pets from Dungeons. And finally, there are the 2 golems that come as part of the Howling Peaks DLC. The Squall Golem appears throughout all of the levels in the pack. It can be activated by wind and will attack the player with slam attacks. Its big brother, the Tempest Golem, is the final boss of the pack. It's one of the most unique bosses in the entire game. It doesn't move for the entire fight, and its power core can't be damaged until 2 Tempest Pillars are deactivated. When you do that, you can attack the golem until you remove 1/4 of its health. It will then reactivate the pillars and activate 2 Squall Golems. It has 2 swords for hands, which it uses to attack the player. If you get too close to the protected power core, the shield opens and knocks you away. It will occasionally create lightning tornadoes that will do damage and throw you into the air. There are a couple of mobs I want to mention from Dungeons. The Jungle Abomination boss is the final boss of the Jungle Awakens DLC, and while it kind of looks like a golem, there's nothing that tells us it is one. And the Tower Keeper and Merchants look a lot like golems, but once again, there's nothing that says they are. Okay, the second to last Minecraft game, Minecraft Legends, has 8 different golems. These first 4 are summoned using spawners that can be placed in the world. The first units you ever unlock in the game are the Cobblestone and Plank Golem. The Cobblestone Golem is made of, you guessed it, cobblestone. It's used to tear down structures quickly. It attacks them by rapidly punching them. They can also attack enemies, but they don't do a lot of damage. Plank Golems are ranged attackers. They do a lot of damage to units, but are very weak to attacks. The next 2 golems you unlock are the Grindstone and Mossy Golems. The Grindstone Golem costs iron to make and are extremely fast. They don't do a lot of damage, but they can launch small piglins into the air, stunning them. The Mossy Golem also costs iron and sprays water on allies, healing them and curing them of all status effects. And the final 4 golems are known as firsts. They are bigger than the others, and you can only have 1 of each at a time. The first is the First of Brick. It spawns a shield that blocks projectiles, and will do a slam attack if it gets close enough to the enemies. The First of Diorite allows you to spawn golems behind enemy lines. You can spawn all of the basic golems, but not any of the other mobs. It also has a slam attack if the enemy gets too close. The First of Oak is a ranged, high damage golem. It does a large amount of damage at long range, but less damage at close range. It is useful for taking down structures and high health enemies. And the last first is the First of Stone. It has a slow, extremely high damage ranged attack that does a ton of damage to structures. And say it with me now, it will do a slam attack if it gets too close to enemies. The final Minecraft spin-off, Minecraft Story Mode, has quite a few new golems, even if most of them are just retextured iron golems. So let's start with the Iron Golem. This appears in 3 of the levels in the game. In the first level, the Order of the Stone, Ivor creates an iron golem to get the main crew out of the hidden basement. The Last Place You Look level has Soren spawn multiple iron golems at different times. And in Order Up, you can choose to make an iron golem at one point in the story. It's interesting, for such a popular mob, it appears very little in this game. And that's it for Season 1. Yeah, the Iron Golem is the only golem throughout all of Season 1, unless you count Pama, but I don't. But don't worry, Season 2 has tons of new guys. The Prison Golem has 2 variants, either being black and red or black and purple. They appear in the levels Jailhouse, Block, and Above and Beyond. They have the job of guarding the prisoners at Sunshine Institute. There are 2 golems that are specifically named that have the absolutely amazing names of Big Hank and Large Henry. Also in the Underdepths is the Magma Golem, another Iron Golem retexture. It appears in the level below the bedrock. It can be summoned like an Iron Golem, except the iron blocks are replaced with magma. It has a giant boss variant that spawns at the end of Romeo's challenge. These are both able to summon fire to attack with. The Icy Golem is in the level Giant Consequences. They look like iron golems, just desaturated and wearing a pumpkin like a snow golem. They can throw snowballs as well as attack hand to hand. There's a slightly bigger one that spawns at the end of the arrow challenge. They, like snow golems, have a snowman head underneath their pumpkins. Now we finally have some completely original golems. The Prismarine Soldier is a stone warrior in the level Hero in Residence. They are nearly invincible but have a weak spot you can hit on the back of their head. There is also a Colossus version of the mob that appears in the Hero in Residence, Giant Consequences, and Above and Beyond. One of these is controlled directly by Romeo when it attacks Beacon Town. It also has a weak spot on the back of its head. And finally, Romeo takes the form of a snow golem with a vest, bow tie, and top hat in the level Giant Consequences after you defeat the Prismarine Colossus. It also appears in the final boss fight, just with red coloring instead of blue. And with that, we have gone over every golem in the entire Minecraft franchise. I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope you had fun watching it. Let me know what other mob types you would like to see in the future in the comments. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.